Welcome home. It is your sanctuary. It is your castle. It is the place where you keep your stuff and hide from your neighbors. We spend billions of dollars every year in the United States on security systems, ring cameras, and deadbolts. We worry about what is happening on the streets. We worry about the economy. But we rarely look at what is happening behind the drywall. The average American home is a marvel of engineering. Wood framing that burns like kindling, chemicals that mimic the scent of fresh air, and appliances designed to make life easier right up until the moment they decide to end it. Today, we aren't talking about ghosts or burglars. We are talking about the 30 silent, invisible, and often ignored dangers sitting in your living room, your basement, and your kitchen drawer right now. Grab a flashlight and maybe a lawyer. Let's take a tour of the death trap you call home. Number 1. Radon gas. The tenant that pays in radiation. You probably use your basement for storage, a man cave, or just a place to hide the Christmas decorations. But if you live in the northern US or the Midwest, you might be sharing that space with radon. It is a radioactive gas that comes from the natural decay of uranium in the soil. It seeps up through cracks in your foundation, sump pumps, and floor drains. You can't see it, you can't smell it, and it doesn't care about your property value. Here is the kicker. Radon is the number 2 cause of lung cancer in America, right behind smoking cigarettes. The EPA estimates it kills about 21,000 people a year. That is more than drunk driving. You are sitting there watching Netflix in your finished basement, breathing in radioactive particles that are physically damaging the DNA in your lung tissue. And the only way to know it's there is a $20 test kit from Home Depot that you keep forgetting to buy. It is the ultimate invisible squatter. Number 2. Carbon monoxide. The nap you don't wake up from. We call this the silent killer, which sounds like a bad wrestling name, but it is accurate. In the US, we love our attached garages. It's convenient in the winter. But if you have a smart car with a remote start, or just an old furnace that hasn't been serviced since the Bush administration, you are at risk. Carbon monoxide binds to your red blood cells 200 times faster than oxygen. It essentially suffocates you from the inside out while your lungs are full of air. The symptoms? You feel a little tired, maybe a headache. You think, I'll just lie down for a bit. That is the trap. If your detector is expired, and be honest, you haven't checked the date on the back of that plastic disc in 5 years, you won't hear a thing. You just drift off. It's a peaceful way to go, sure, but terrible for your family's insurance premiums. Number 3. Popcorn ceilings, the texture of doom. If your house was built between the late 1950s and the early 1980s, look up. Do you see that bumpy cottage cheese texture? That is an aesthetic crime called a popcorn ceiling. It was designed to hide imperfections and dampen sound, but it often contains asbestos. Asbestos is a miracle mineral that is fireproof and incredibly durable. It is also a microscopic harpoon for your lungs. Left alone, it's fine. But we Americans love DIY renovations. The moment you decide to scrape that ugly texture off to modernize your living room without wearing a hazmat suit, you release billions of microscopic fibers into the air. Once inhaled, they never leave. They embed in your lung lining and can cause mesothelioma 30 years later. You wanted a smooth ceiling. What you got was a biological time bomb that ticks for decades. Number 4. Humidifier lung, when wellness backfires. Winter in America means the heat is on, and the air inside your house is drier than a comedian in a British sitcom. So, you buy a humidifier for the bedroom. You run it every night to keep your skin soft and your sinuses clear. But when was the last time you actually scrubbed the tank with vinegar? If you just keep refilling it with tap water, you are creating a warm, wet luxury resort for mold and bacteria. When you turn it on, that soothing mist is actually an aerosolized cocktail of biological waste. There is a condition literally called humidifier lung. You start coughing, you get a fever, you feel like you have the flu. You go to the doctor, they give you antibiotics, But it doesn't help because you go home and breathe in more mold juice. You are essentially poisoning yourself in the name of wellness. Number 5. Lead paint. The sweet taste of the 70s. If your house was built before 1978, there is a very high statistical probability that somewhere under those 5 layers of Navajo white, there is lead paint. Lead was added to paint to make it dry faster and last longer. It was great for walls, terrible for brains. The danger isn't just eating paint chips like a bored toddler. It's the dust. When old windows slide up and down, the friction grinds the paint into microscopic dust that settles on the floor. Your kids crawl on the floor, get it on their hands, and put their hands in their mouths. Lead is a neurotoxin. It doesn't just make you sick, it lowers IQ points and causes permanent behavioral problems. We banned it decades ago, but in millions of American homes, it's still there, lurking just beneath the surface like a bad memory that refuses to fade. Number 6. Hidden mold, the drywall sandwich. American homes are built with drywall. It is cheap, it is easy to install, and it is essentially paper sandwiched around gypsum. In other words, it is delicious food for mold. All it takes is a tiny leak, a roof shingle that lifted during a storm, a window seal that failed, or a pipe sweating inside the wall cavity. The water hits the back of the drywall, and in the dark, stagnant air, toxic black mold begins to colonize. You might not see it for years. You just start feeling tired. You get headaches. You develop new allergies. The mold releases mycotoxins that travel through your HVAC system, turning your entire house into a low-dose poison chamber. By the time you see the spot on the wall, the colony inside is already a thriving metropolis. Number 7. Scented candles and plug-ins, the chemical fog. We are obsessed with our homes smelling like fresh linen, vanilla cupcake, or midnight forest. But have you ever looked at the ingredient list on a cheap scented candle or a plug-in air freshener? You can't, because they usually don't list them. Most of these products are made from paraffin wax, a petroleum byproduct, and synthetic fragrances. When you burn them, you are releasing a steady stream of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, including formaldehyde and benzene. These are known carcinogens. Plus, many fragrances contain phthalates, chemicals that mess with your hormonal system. You are literally burning fossil fuels in your living room and inhaling endocrine disruptors just to mask the smell of the dog. Open a window. It's safer and free. Number 8. Dryer lint, the fuzzy napalm. You do laundry every week. You clean the little lint trap in the front of the machine, mostly because it's satisfying to peel off that gray felt. But you are ignoring the lint that bypasses that trap and builds up in the accordion hose behind the dryer and in the vent duct leading outside. Lint is highly flammable. It is basically solidified gasoline. Dryers generate a massive amount of heat. If that airflow is restricted by a clog, the heat builds up and the lint ignites. It burns fast and hot, and because the fire starts inside the wall or behind the machine, you won't notice it until the smoke alarms go off. In the US, nearly 3,000 house fires a year are caused solely by dirty dryers. You are drying your jeans with a flamethrower. Number 9. Space heaters, the bedroom arsonist. Americans love zone heating. Why heat the whole house when you just need the bedroom warm? So, you buy a cheap ceramic space heater. These little boxes are responsible for 79% of fatal home heating fires. The problem is usually user error. We treat them like fans. We put them too close to the curtains, the bedspread, or a pile of laundry. All it takes is falling asleep. The blanket shifts, touches the grill, and boom, you have an ignition source. Or you plug it into an extension cord, which you should never do, and the resistance melts the plug. Space heaters are high-wattage monsters in cheap plastic shells. They demand respect, and if you don't give it to them, they will take your house as payment. Number 10. Oily rags. Spontaneous combustion is real. This sounds like magic, but it's chemistry. You decide to stain your deck or refinish an old coffee table. You use a rag soaked in linseed oil or wood stain. When you are done, you ball the rag up and throw it in the trash can in the garage. You think you're being tidy. You just built a bomb. As the oil dries, it generates heat. Because the rag is balled up, the heat can't escape. It builds and builds until it reaches the flash point of the oil. The rag will burst into flames all by itself. No spark, no match, no lighter needed. It can happen hours after you've gone to bed. Your garage burns down because you didn't let a rag dry flat. It's the most embarrassing way to lose a house. Number 11. The 9-volt battery. The junk drawer spark. Open your junk drawer. Everyone has one. It's filled with rubber bands, paper clips, keys to locks you lost years ago, and random batteries. If you have a loose 9-volt battery, the rectangular one, rolling around in there, you are playing with fire. Literally. The positive and negative terminals on a 9-volt are on the same side. If that battery slides over and touches a paper clip, a penny, or a piece of steel wool, it creates a short circuit. The metal heats up instantly and can ignite the papers or receipts in the drawer. Fire departments respond to these calls constantly. A battery that isn't even powering a device can burn your kitchen down. Put a piece of electrical tape over the terminals before you toss them in the drawer. Number 12. Daisy-chained extension cords. We live in an era of gadgets, but our houses were built in an era of reading lamps. You never have enough outlets. So, you plug a power strip into an outlet, and then an extension cord into that power strip. This is called daisy chaining, and it is a violation of every fire code in existence. Extension cords are designed for temporary use, not permanent wiring. When you overload them, the resistance increases. If you run that cord under a rug to hide it, the heat has nowhere to go. The insulation melts, the wires arc, and the rug catches fire. It's an electrical failure caused by your refusal to call an electrician. Number 13. Expired fire extinguishers. You have a fire extinguisher under the sink. Good for you. But when did you buy it? If it has a plastic handle and nozzle, it might be part of the massive Kidde recall that affected 40 million units. Even if it's not recalled, extinguishers have a shelf life. Over time, the gas leaks out, or the dry chemical powder at the bottom settles into a solid brick. Imagine the scene. The stove is on fire. You heroically grab the extinguisher, pull the pin, squeeze the handle, and nothing happens. Maybe a sad puff of dust. Now you are standing there holding a useless red metal bottle while your kitchen melts. Shake your extinguishers once a month to keep the powder loose, and replace them every 10 years. Number 14. Laundry pods. The forbidden candy detergent pods are convenient. They are also brightly colored, squishy, and fit perfectly in a child's hand. To a toddler, or a dog, or a senior with dementia, they look exactly like candy. But the liquid inside isn't just soap. It is highly concentrated surfactants and alkaline chemicals. If a child bites into one, the liquid shoots to the back of the throat due to the pressure. It causes immediate chemical burns to the esophagus and lungs. It can cause the airway to swell shut in minutes. In the U.S., poison control centers get a call about these pods every 45 minutes. We engineered a cleaning product that looks delicious. That is on us. Keep them on the high shelf, locked up. Number 15. Teflon toxicosis, the parrot fever. Non-stick pans are great for eggs, but terrible for air quality if you mistreat them. If you leave a Teflon pan on a burner on high heat by mistake, within minutes, it can reach temperatures where the coating begins to degrade. It releases invisible fumes of polymer particles. For humans, this causes Teflon flu. You get chills, headache, and fever for a day. But if you own pet birds, it's a death sentence. Their respiratory systems are incredibly sensitive. The fumes will kill a canary or a parrot in less than 10 minutes. They just drop dead off the perch. If your cookware can kill a living creature just because you preheated it too long, maybe it's time to switch to cast iron. Number 16. Microwaving plastic. We survive on leftovers. We toss the Tupperware or the takeout container straight into the microwave. We see microwave safe or BPA free and think we are safe. That label is misleading. Microwave safe just means the plastic won't melt into a puddle, not that it won't leach chemicals. Heat accelerates the migration of chemicals and microplastics into your food. Even BPA-free plastics often use substitutes like BPS, which can be just as harmful to your endocrine system. You are essentially seasoning your lasagna with synthetic estrogen. It won't kill you today, but 50 years of eating plastic-infused spaghetti is an experiment you don't want to be a part of. Use glass. Always use glass. Number 17. Blue toilet tank tablets. The plumbing destroyer. You want a clean toilet without scrubbing, so you drop one of those blue bleach tablets into the tank. The water turns a nice Caribbean blue, but that tablet is highly corrosive. It sits at the bottom of the tank, creating a super concentrated bleach solution that eats rubber. Specifically, it dissolves the flapper, the rubber seal that keeps water in the tank. Eventually, the flapper crumbles. The toilet starts running constantly, wasting water. Or worse, the seal fails catastrophically while you are at work, and the tank overflows, flooding your bathroom and ruining the ceiling downstairs. The plumber isn't going to tell you this because replacing flappers puts his kids through college. Number 18. Bath toys, the moldy squirters. If you have kids, you have the rubber ducky. It has that little hole in the bottom to squirt water. It's fun. But here is the physics problem. You can squeeze water out, but you can never get all the moisture out. The inside of that duck remains dark, wet, and warm. The unholy trinity for fungal growth. Cut open an old bath toy. I dare you. You will likely find a thick, black, gelatinous sludge of biofilm and mold. When your kid squeezes that toy, they aren't squirting clean water. They are blasting a concentrated stream of bacteria directly into their eyes or mouth. Glue the holes shut with a glue gun before you put them in the tub. Number 19. The garbage disposal splash guard. The garbage disposal is the mouth of the kitchen. You shove food down, it grinds it up. But look at the black rubber flaps at the drain opening. Lift one up and look at the underside. It is likely covered in a thick, grayish slime. This is decaying food particles, grease, and salmonella that gets splashed up and trapped there. Every time you turn on the disposal, the vibration and the spinning blades aerosolize this slime into a fine mist that settles on your sink, your sponge, and your drying dishes. You are blending bacteria and spraying it around your kitchen. You need to scrub the underside of those flaps, not just dump a lemon down the drain and hope for the best. Number 20. Water heater temperature. The Goldilocks zone. Your water heater is likely in a dark corner of the basement, ignoring you. But its temperature setting matters. If you set it too low, below 120 degrees, you are creating a breeding ground for Legionella bacteria, which causes severe pneumonia. But if you set it too high, above 140 degrees, you risk scalding. At 140 degrees, water can cause a third-degree burn on a child's skin in just 5 seconds. Most manufacturers set them to 140 by default. You need to find the manual, go downstairs, and dial it to exactly 120 to 125 degrees. It's the only way to avoid both pneumonia and the burn unit. Number 21. Tip-overs. The dresser trap. We buy cheap, flat-pack furniture. We assemble it, curse at the instructions, and shove it against the wall. But we almost never install the wall anchors included in the bag. We think, it's heavy, it won't fall. This is a fatal mistake if you have small children. To a kid, an open dresser drawer looks like a ladder. They pull out the bottom drawer, step up, pull out the next one. The center of gravity shifts forward, and the entire unit, often with a TV on top, topples over on them. In the US, a child is injured by a tipping piece of furniture every 46 minutes. It takes 5 minutes to screw the strap into a stud. Do it. Number 22. Window screens. The false security. It's a nice spring day. You open the window to let the breeze in. The screen is down. You see your toddler playing near the window and you think, it's fine, the screen is there. Stop. That screen is designed to keep flies out, not to keep children in. Screens are held in by flimsy plastic pins or rubber splines. They pop out with very little pressure. If a child leans against a screen, they will go right through it. Falls from windows are a leading cause of trauma for children under 5. Never trust a screen. If the window is open, you need a window guard or a lock that limits how far it opens. Number 23. Button batteries, the esophageal burn. They are in everything now. Apple AirTags, car key fobs, singing greeting cards. Those shiny little lithium coin batteries. If a child swallows one, it doesn't just pass through. If it gets stuck in the esophagus, the saliva completes the electrical circuit. The battery generates an electrical current that creates hydroxide, effectively burning a hole through the throat tissue. It can happen in as little as 2 hours. It is horrific and often fatal. Even a dead battery has enough charge to do this. Treat these things like cyanide capsules. Tape them up before disposal. Number 24. Blind cords, the silent strangler. If you live in an older home or apartment, check your window blinds. Do they have those looped cords to pull them up? Those loops are perfectly sized for a child's neck. It is a silent killer because a child can get entangled and lose consciousness in seconds without making a sound. New safety standards have mostly eliminated cords, but millions of older blinds are still hanging in American windows. If you have them, cut the loops or install cleats to wrap the cords high up out of reach. It's an easy fix for a deadly problem. Number 25. Magic erasers on skin. You've seen the TikTok hacks. Use a magic eraser to whiten your teeth, or remove marker from your kid's arm with a magic eraser. Stop immediately. Magic erasers are made of melamine foam. It works like extremely fine sandpaper. It is an abrasive. When you rub it on skin, you are literally sanding off the epidermis. Plus, many contain dangerous chemical copolymers. You are chemically and mechanically burning your skin. Using it on teeth, you are sanding away your enamel, which never grows back. Use them on walls, not on people. Number 26. Garage door tension springs. The guillotine your garage door is the heaviest moving object in your house. It is lifted by massive torsion springs located above the door. These springs are under an incredible amount of tension. When they break, they sound like a shotgun going off. But the real danger is the DIY dad who tries to repair them. If you try to unwind or adjust a torsion spring without the proper tools and knowledge, it can unwind instantly. The metal rod can break your arm, your jaw, or worse. The stored energy in that spring is enough to kill you. This is the one fix you always hire a pro for. Don't be a hero, keep your fingers. Number 27. Vintage Pyrex, Grandma's Toxic Casserole. Vintage Pyrex bowls with those cute flowers and bright colors are huge collectibles right now. People pay hundreds of dollars for them. But the paint on the outside of those vintage bowls often contains high levels of lead and cadmium. Over decades of dishwashing, the paint becomes damaged and can leach onto your hands or onto other dishes in the stack. We are eating out of bowls that would be illegal to manufacture today. Display them on a shelf if you must, but maybe don't bake your lasagna in a lead-coated relic from 1965. Number 28. Default camera passwords, the digital peeping Tom. You bought a cheap Wi-Fi camera to watch the dog or a baby monitor to watch the crib. You plugged it in, connected it to Wi-Fi, and it worked. Great. But did you change the default password? If you didn't, you are broadcasting your home to the world. There are search engines that crawl the web looking for cameras with default credentials like admin. Creeps can log in, watch your kids, and even talk through the two-way speaker. It happens all the time. If you can't figure out how to change the password and enable two-factor authentication, unplug it. Number 29. The dirty furnace filter, the lungs of the house. Your furnace filter is easy to forget. It's in a slot you never look at. But if it gets clogged with dust and dog hair, two things happen. 1, your air quality tanks. 2, and more importantly, your furnace suffocates. Without airflow, the heat exchanger gets too hot. Over time, this thermal stress causes the metal to crack. A cracked heat exchanger releases carbon monoxide directly into the air ducts, pumping it into every room in your house. A $5 filter change prevents a $10,000 furnace replacement or a funeral. Number 30. Chimney creosote, the Santa trap. There is nothing more American than a roaring fire in the fireplace at Christmas. But as wood burns, it releases smoke that condenses inside the cool chimney flue, forming a tar-like substance called creosote. It is highly combustible. If you don't get your chimney swept annually, that creosote builds up layers. One hot fire can ignite the creosote. This causes a chimney fire, a jet engine-like roar inside the wall that can reach 2,000 degrees. It cracks the masonry and sets the house framing on fire. You wanted a cozy night, you got a roof fire. Call a sweep. Conclusion. So, there you have it. 30 reasons why your home insurance costs so much. It's overwhelming, right? But here is the truth. Knowledge isn't just power, it's survival. You don't have to fix everything today, but maybe, just maybe, you'll go check the date on that fire extinguisher, or tape up that 9-volt battery, or finally throw away those oily rags properly. Your home is a machine for living, but like any machine, it tries to kill the operator if you don't maintain it. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and for the love of everything holy, clean the lint out of your dryer vent.